Dear students, I am Anja, lecturer of Icmr-Anuja College of Pharmacy. Today we are going to see about guidance of Icmr. What do you mean by Icmr? Indian Council of Medical Research. Indian Council of Medical Research, abbreviations and ICR and professional under type of professional organization. Head on the New Delhi. Origin in India. Security and Director Dr. V.M. Poch. Website the Indian Council of Medical Research ICMR. Then policy of ICMR combined with national health policies such as control and management of communicable diseases, fertility control, maternal and child health, control of nutrition disorder, developing alternative stages for healthcare delivery, safety limit of environmental and occupational health problems, non-communicable diseases including cancer, cardiovascular, neurological, ophthalmic and hematological disease. Then ICMR is a national health policy. Then first one, material and child health, control and management of communicable diseases, developing alternative stages for healthcare delivery, safety limit of environmental and occupational health problems, non-communicable diseases including cancer, cardiovascular, neurological, ophthalmic and hematological list. Then next we governing bodies. Then governing bodies presented under Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of Government of India. Then split it two. Reviewing committee and executing committee. Then scientific advisory board and scientific cardiology group. Then extramural research and intraformular research is the governing bodies of the ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. Ethical guidance for Indian Council of Medical Research. Ethical guidance for ICMR. Ethical guidance for biomedical research on human participant. Executing research policies. Guidance for good clinical practice. GLP. Good clinical laboratory practice. National guidance for extension supervision and regulations of the APR guidance in the India. National guidance. Cancer management guidance. Guidance for stem cell research and therapy. Guidance for stem cells research and therapy. Then next, guidance for management of type 2 diabetes. National guidance in the management of retinoplasma. ICMR and DBT guidance for evaluation of probids in a food. Then first one, dietary guidance. What do you mean by dietary guidance? Dietary guidance means Indian Council of Medical Research should seek international collaborated health research to ensure that the country delivers maximum benefit and global goals are attended. Global goals are attended. That is a dietary guidance. Then ethical guidance for a biomedical research on humans. In this guidance, in the council provide advice to the researcher on all aspects of the welfare and safety of the research participants. Then, in the guidance, the council provide advice to the researcher on the welfare of the safety of the research participants. Next, all the research involving human participants should be conducted in accordance with the basic principle, that is respect of participants, benefits and guidance. Good clinical lab practices for this ICMR give guidance for good clinical practice in the recording of levels of laboratory infrastructure equipments, personal training and development data management, then reagent and material used in a good clinical lab practice, safety in a laboratory. Good clinical practice, safety in a laboratory. Then first one, levels of laboratory infrastructure equipments. Second one, personal training and development, data management, reagent and material used in a good clinical practice, safety in a laboratory. That is a good clinical laboratory practice. Then transfer of human biological material for research or commercial purpose. Then as for the guidance issued by the Ministry of Health Services by Government of India for the evaluation of cases where infection biological material samples are proposed to the transferred from Forging Research Center to the Indian Diagnostic Centers and Laboratory for the analysis. Transfer of human biological material for research or commercial purpose. Then, as per the guidance issued by the Ministry of Health Services by Government of India, for the evaluation of cases where infections biological material samples are proposed to be transformed for Forging Research Center to the Indian Diagnostic Centers Laboratory for analysis. This is a picture for human biological materials and research. Then evaluation of probiotic in food. Probiotics are bacteria that help to maintain the natural balance of microfauna in the intestine. Example, E. coli, which help in the digestion, which helps in diagnosis, The present ICMR DBT guidance compulsively address the various concerns regarding safety, efficiency, and reliability, as well as labeling of prohibited product beginning sold in India. Probiotics are a bacteria that helps to maintain the natural balance of microfauna in the intestine. Example, E. coli, which means which helps in the digestion. The present ICMR DBT guidance compulsively address the various concerns regarding safety, efficiency, and reliability, as well as a labeling of probiotic product beginning sold in India. Then next for intracellular property right, then IPR. To meet its objectives of improving public health through research, the ICMR pursuing an active policy of ensuring the most rapid and effectively development of new medical technologies developed by its scientists seeking IPR in India and abroad. Then guidance for management of 3. Cancer, type 2 diabetics and retinopathy. Cancer means assistant oncologists in making major clinical decisions in managing the patients in terms of surgery, radiation therapy, chemotherapy, angiotensin inhibitors. The heavy intelligence assistant oncology in making major clinical decisions in making their patients in terms of the surgery, radiation therapy, chemotherapy, and angiotensin inhibitors. Second for type 2 diabetes, assistant diabetologist in making major clinical decisions in making their patients in terms of relief from diabetic symptoms and improvement in the quality of life. Assistant diabologist in making major clinical decisions in making their patients in terms of relief from diabetic symptoms and improvement in a quality of life. The last for retinoplasmia. Retinoplasmia is the most common intravascular tumor in children. The council provided guidance to the ophthalmologist to treat RBAC by patients' conditions. Therefore, the guidance for management of cancer, type 2 diabetes, and retinoplasmia. Assistant gynecologist in making major clinical decisions in making their patients in the term surgery, radiation therapy, and chemotherapy, angiotensin inhibitors. Assistant diabetologist in making major search decisions in managing their patients in time of relief from diabetic symptoms and improvement in a quality of life. The retinoplasma is the most common intracellular tumor in child. The counselor provides guidance to the patient's ophthalmologist. Next, we are discuss about guidance for research in a transplantation. First one, liver donor transplantation, cardiac donor plantations, and a replanted of transplant. First one, liver donor transplantations. The insert of the donor should always take priority over those of the recipients. If consent for organ donations is given prior to death, in presence of two or more witness, consent of transplants of organ should be permissible without seeking further consent from relatives. Representative of transplant counselor guidance transplant research team should have high technical experience. Next, we are going to see about stem cell research. What do you mean by stem cell research? ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research Guidance, assures the safety and right of thus donating embryonic, fetal or adult stem cell for basic and clinical research. Safeguards have to be in place to protect research participants receiving stem cells transparent and patients at a large form of receiving unprone stem cell therapy. There is a stem cell research. Then stem cell pictures are visible in this slide. Then first of all, dieting guidance for India. Nutrition is a basic human need for healthy life. The guidance are neutrally adequate diet, additional food during pregnancy and lactation. Then food supplement for infant and intake of salt, food safety, water and other breathing. National guidance for accreditation, supervisions and regulations of ATR clinicals in India. The present guidance are maintained to ensure that assistant protective technology ATR means assistant reproductive technology clinicals in India are accredited, regulated and to assure the patients as well as the public health service in anywhere of the India. Then next we are discuss about assistant reproductive technology ATR. ATR Bill 2010 enacted to provide for a national framework for the institutional regulations and supervisions of ATR for the safe and ethical practice of ATR services. ATR rules, second one, provide guidance for minimum requirements of staff in the infinity clinical infrastructure, ATR procedure, patient selections, etc. Then research for first one, the influenza research is carried out currently through the Council. 13 research institutions centers are included. 19 millions originated national Genome Institution Laboratory and other microbacterial diseases, Agra. National Institution of Occupational Health, Ahmedabad. Tuberculosis Research Centers, Chennai. National Institution of Malaria Research, Delhi. National Institution of Research in Tuberculosis, Chennai. National Institution of Pathology, Delhi. Then 6 regional medical research centers. Regional medical research centers, Jaipur, Bangalore, then Port Bihar, then 6 regional medical centers, then 5 unit centers, Food and Drug Toxicology Research Centers, Hyderabad, National Center of Laboratory Science, Hyderabad, ICMR Virus Unit, Kolkata, Genetic Research Center, Mumbai, Microbial Contaminated Complex, Pune. The external research is promoted by ICMR through setting up centers for advanced research in selected department of medical college, university and non-ICMR research institution. Task force studies with the goal-oriented approach with a clearly defined target. Open-ended research is a non-ICMR research institution, medical college, university, etc. located in a different part of the country. The national health programs, National Malaria Education Program, National Family Control Program, National Respiratory Control Program, Diarrheal Diseases Control, National AIDS Control Program, National Cancer Control, Universal Immunization Program, National Tuberculosis Program. Grant Scheme, Studentship, Short-Term Research Studentship, Scholarship Associated with Research Associated Junior Researchers. The scheme is the aim to promoting good quality research in a medical college throughout students presenting post-graduation course as well as improve visibility and visibility of their research work. Then the last is the conclusions. ICMR conclusions. The Indian Council of Medical Researchers, New Delhi, the body of the India of the formulations, correlations and promotions of the biomedical research, is one of the oldest medical research bodies in the world. The Council of Research Probability contains within the national health properties such as a control and management of communicable diseases, probability control, mandatorily and child health control of nutrition disorders, categories for healthcare deliveries. Research on major non-communicable diseases like cancer, cardiovascular diseases, blindness, diabetes and other metabolics. The last for reference and thank you.